You ever just stop and ask yourself, are we actually moving forward? Is this the world we want to live in? We have everything our ancestors ever dreamed of. Instant food, global connection, cars that even drive themselves. But are we even better off with all this technology, or just busier? Are we now smarter or just more distracted? Some of the people I talk to are tired, stressed and disconnected. They can't think straight, they struggle to sleep at night, and they aren't happy. And to be honest, they feel like they're just surviving. So what about if we're not moving forward, just moving faster, and no one's stopped to even check if we're on the right path? We're told we're advancing, but into what exactly? A world where convenience is king, but the meaning of life is missing? So today I want to unpack that, not as some sort of expert with some graphs and data, but just as someone walking through life, just trying to make sense of it all. This isn't about nostalgia or doom. This is just about asking better questions. So let's talk about this thing about progress, and ask whether it's taking us somewhere real or just making the illusion harder to spot. Let's rewind a little bit. What does progress really mean? If it's more tech, faster internet and bigger houses, then we've got it. Yes, we're making progress for sure. But is it something deeper perhaps? Peace of mind, time with people you love, living without fear. Carl Jung said, people will do anything, no matter how absurd it is, to avoid facing their own soul. And maybe a lot of what we call progress is just that, a distraction from the deeper work. We're forever chasing those upgrades, a new iPhone, a bigger high-definition TV, or even a flash new car that can drive itself. But has all this advancement made us feel more whole as a person? A better phone doesn't fix your mind. A smarter car doesn't make a wiser person. We measure progress through GDP, downloads and steps per minute. But where do we measure peace? Where do we track how connected we feel to ourselves and to others? So here's a paradox. We've never been more advanced, it's true, but we've never felt more behind. Let that sit for a minute. We cure all these diseases, but we cause new ones with chronic stress, pollution and overwork. We've got smart everything these days. But many of us feel dumb, overwhelmed, scattered. We have more knowledge for sure, but less wisdom it feels. We solve problems, but each solution brings 10 new issues. We're building new highways, but then we're losing green space. We connect online, but forget how to sit in silence with a friend. It's like putting out fires, not with water, but with gasoline. Progress is meant to lift us, right? But for many, it feels like it's crushing them, pulling them down. You see, not all cages have bars. Some have Wi-Fi and streaming subscriptions. We've built this life of comfort, and then we've called it freedom. But comfort unchecked becomes a trap. Convenience can dull your soul. We've traded effort for ease, but then we've lost satisfaction. Trading presence from distraction, with distraction. Real connection for likes from people that you don't even know. And here's the truth. Most of what keeps us sedated is sold to us as progress. Carl Jung said, people don't grow old, they become old by deserting their ideals. Maybe this is what he meant, that we're aging in body but in spirit, by chasing more instead of chasing better. by giving up our values in the name of efficiency. We weren't designed to be always on, always stimulated, non-stop, always connected. We're meant to struggle a little bit, to wrestle with meaning, to sit with boredom and silence and grow from that. Now all we do is just scroll straight past it. So burnout rates are at record highs. Anxiety in young people is through the roof. Sleep is terrible. Focus, well, it's scattered. Attention span, what attention span? We're not thriving right now. We're just coping. What we're calling normal now is constant stimulation, endless scrolling, passive consumption of crap. It's not neutral, it's neurodegenerative. Some neurologists refer to it as subclinical attention disorder. It's not quite ADHD, but uncomfortably close. The brain is literally shrinking with chronic digital exposure. The prefrontal cortex, the part that governs decision making and focus, emotional regulation, can start deteriorating after the constant flood of dopamine that we're getting from apps and endless novelty. That's not progress, that's brain rot, like I've said before. So if this isn't it, what is? What if real progress is not by how much we can do, but how much we can be still? Not about faster, but deeper. Not based on productivity, but presence. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Imagine just doing this, right? Growing a garden, a veggie patch. Like spending the entire afternoon with your kids, no phones, reading a book, just one book, slowly reading it. Or just going for a walk with no purpose, just for a walk. Jung believes the answers we seek are often below us, not above us. Modern man doesn't see God because he doesn't look low enough, he said. True progress might be in the basics, the boring things, the things that feel small to us, but are actually building something real, like getting consistent sleep, walking in morning sunlight, training your attention span like a muscle, eating decent food, and just moving your body. Saying no sometimes to things and taking time off without the guilt. That's not regression. That's reclaiming something that we forgot that was important. So what now? We don't need to throw away all tech. We just need to stop bowing to it. We need to get conscious again and not just consume. To train our mind like we train our bodies. To create, not just scroll. So here's the thing. Progress without reflection becomes destruction. We need to pause now and then, check in with ourselves, and to ask, am I building a life here? Or just upgrading my distractions? Does this actually feel like living now? Or am I just surviving? And do I know what I'm chasing? Or am I just keeping up with the Joneses? You don't need to escape the modern world, no one's saying that. You just got to stop letting it dictate your values. Maybe that's a real revolution. It's not a faster world, but a slower you. So here's the question I'll leave you with. What does progress look like to you? Not to your boss, or your feed, or the government. People are telling you. But what does it mean to you? Right now, to you in this moment in your life. Because I think if it doesn't bring peace and deeper relationships, if it doesn't leave your mind calmer in the moment and your heart lighter, maybe it's not progress at all then. Maybe it's just noise, background noise, and maybe the real world way forward starts with slowing down. So if you needed this today, take a breath and keep walking.